having today, but I might be wrong. So anyhow, welcome everyone. Maybe we're gonna be more, but most probably we're not gonna be more. I think today will be probably kind of a small crowd. I don't know how do we want to start? Do we want to start with like what everyone kind of did and kind of accomplished? Should we start with that, or should we end with that? Any favors for any direction? No favors? Okay, then I will just do as I please. I gotta tell you guys, last weeks have been very, very busy. I've been doing a lot of things. Most I guess the most interesting thing that I've been working on is I've been attending the Token Engineering Academy. I've also applied for their course that's gonna start in Q3 of this year. Right now there's like a lot of prep classes that you can attend. They have like a lot of weekly meetings. They also in fact do have a server. So in case any of you want to check it out and just snoop around, I'm gonna put this into the general chat. Okay, so you guys can have a look at that. Super friendly people. And we've been doing kind of a lot of reading, and I had to do a lot of catching up because they already had 4 sessions before that. But it's been really interesting, and it also got me to realize something super important, I would say. And I kind of want to share this insight with you, and hopefully it helps you in building out your own projects. It's an understanding that I kind of had before, but not to that extent. Okay, this one. It's an article it's by Trent McConaughey, who's like head of Ocean Protocol. He works with AI, data, Web3, and he has like an open source project that's called Token Spice. Really good to check him out. He does really cool stuff. But he also wrote this article in 2020. I would even claim ahead of the time, ahead of the curve, called the Web3 Sustainability Loop. And it's not actually about sustainability. It is more about building a self-sustainable project. And so like every good researcher, he starts this article by looking at already existing models. So he looks at the company business models in section 1, and then he looks at nation level sustainability, so essentially governments of our planet, and how they are applying different models. So in the company business model section, he actually analyzes Amazon, right? Like what made them special at the time, right? What allowed them for self-growth. It was really interesting. I never looked at Amazon this way. But then also he laid it out as like in a simplified loop, and then he said like, okay, but this is not the entire picture, because those companies, they also have the stock market as kind of a helping hand. So then is when he builds out like the more complex model that kind of I can show it to you like this as well, that kind of explains how like issuing stocks, right, can help countries survive like kind of hard times. That was really interesting because I don't have an economics background. If you guys have, then probably this is nothing special to you. So, and then there's like a nation level sustainability that essentially covers like how governments are doing it. And again, it's like the simplified model at first, but then he says, well, but also countries have the option of printing new fiat, right? They have this option of printing new currencies to kind of self-sustain themselves in case the country is not doing so well economically. And then he applies like all of this knowledge to his own model of Web3 sustainability. And well, also in an economic, so this is like the simplified model. again, right? Where you have disperse at the beginning, the token generation, some initial dollars could be, you know, from like the community crowdfunded, right? Or it could be VC money as well. You have the workers at the core, the developers, app developers, and so on. And then they work to build, and the token goes up, and this goes back into the Web3 project ecosystem. But then it's like, you know, it's a line, it's not a loop. So he says it's much better to think of it like this, right? Where you have different criteria that get added into the mix, and they help you to actually build out a loop, and the token is actually just a supplying element and not necessarily there from the beginning, which relates to us talking about this idea if we need to have a token right now, or if we could also have a token in like 6 months from now, right? So and the last part is this model, which is actually the best version of it, even though I feel it's not 100% complete, but it elaborates on this like governance part, right? It elaborates on network revenue, but the most important part is, and that's not visualized here, and that's something I intend to visualize, is that you cannot think of a Web3 project as one company, right? It's not like people expect us to make pitch decks, right? Pitch decks are supposed to work, or like the recipe of a pitch deck is supposed to work for you know, kind of stating what your company is about, like what's your business. But in fact, we're not building in Web3 just a business. We're trying to build an ecosystem, a self-sustaining at that. And I found out that it's much more healthy to think of it like a fractal, right? We're building out the core of a fractal, which actually doesn't exist, but you know, just like saying there's like the first level of a fractal, and then we give people opportunities to branch in, you know, and like use different branches of those fractals to build up on to. So whatever we're going to do and whatever we're trying to build, I think it's, for us, it will be so much more helpful if we try to think of it less than a business and more as an ecosystem. And well, sorry, that was my thought process in like 10 minutes. I will stop now, but this was like the thing that I've been concerning myself mainly with. I've been also starting to write a membership agreement / code of conduct that we will be minting and then whitelisting for members, so they are allowed to mint it, and it will grant them voting power. I've also been talking to Matt and actually registering Alana's DAO is kind of on its way as soon as I get him like some more information on the details. So that's been going well. We had really good meetings in like the different branches of Alana's orbit. I will steal the phrase, Catherine. I think you said like it's Alana's orbit, so now it's Alana's orbit. And yeah, actually only stuff to be happy about, I guess. And also some new collaborations and partnerships we're exploring now. So I cannot complain. I'm just really like with my thoughts into this whole DAO structuring and token engineering mission, whatever. But yeah, maybe who wants to go next with what they've been doing, accomplished, stuff to be happy about? Who wants to go next? Javo, you want to go next? You can go next.
Hello, how are you? Sorry, what did you say, sorry?
You want to tell us something that you accomplished this week, or something you were super happy about, or it's kind of a thing here in the Realms call?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Um, I managed to control myself when, bad things come to daily work day. So like many things happened yesterday. Like many things went wrong, you know. So I just try to manage myself into all that way of mistakes that happen from everyone.
Yeah.
And at the end, all the mistakes just comes back to me because I'm the contact that everybody's talking to. So I just try to manage myself, and well, that's a good thing for me, because it's very it's a very sunny day, it's a very sunny week, and everybody's crazy because we have some bodies on the country and there's no drinking, for the weekend, for the week. So there's
Oh,
no alcohol, so everybody's like mad, like crazy. So I don't know, that's my good thing, on the day.
it's
Or
almost.
it's something about, the a project, I don't know.
No, it can be both. Like you can share both. Like if you want to talk about the. I know you've been exploring the idea of building your own project, right? So maybe you have
Yeah.
something on that as well to share, but you can also share like Mo shared last week the birthday of her son, I believe, as something to be happy about. So it doesn't matter. You can share whatever you want.
Oh, okay. No, that's great. Well, yes, I feel very good for it. Always, I'm a very positive person. I go, I'm always thankful for every day. That I can wake up and see the sky. That's good for me.
It indeed is a good mindset. Um, okay, Catherine, you wanna go next?
Yeah. So today we had our official DigiVote meeting. That was really cool. Yeah, I'm still like, my mind is just like racing with like, I don't know. That's how I feel. And there's just so much to process, but it was really good. Andreas, funny enough, I literally just met him over like a Zoom ritual like a week or two ago, and now he's like so involved, and it's great. But he told me he talked to a couple of you guys, and no, and I think that's awesome, and I'm like, so he's definitely like the structure I needed, which is awesome as well. But I don't know. Now it's like getting to those like technical questions. It's like, how, if we want, do we want to be selective with who comes in? Like, what's the output token? Like, so platform and just all those questions, and just like great questions. I don't know. But it's kind of nice because I've been basically just doing this mostly on my own with like, some help here and there, but to have people actually put their input is actually really nice. So yeah, and I guess we're gonna have weekly meetings now. That's cool. So that's happening, and yeah, just like so much to think about in terms of, yeah, I don't know. And then he told me that like he had a meeting with you before, Stella, and he's like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got a little like, oh, well, I was like, no, yeah, it gets a bit too much. Like, I'm like, just, sit down, look at the wall. Like, don't look at, just like, I'm like, yeah. So, I'm like, just let it process. Like, we'll talk
I
about it
totally
next
did
week. Don't worry.
overwhelm him, didn't I?
Maybe a little bit. That's okay. That's, I think, how we all end up. But, yeah. You know how I was telling you how when I was in that ritual, they're all German, so they like took long pauses to like express like themselves. Like before even there, like he took okay pauses, but like today he was taking long pauses. And I was like, wait, you guys, I think he has a thought. But yeah, there's just so much. I don't know. It's good. It's good. But it's just like, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of scary. I'm like, oh, it's happening. The wheels are turning. But yeah, I think it's good. It's just now figuring out those like logistics, and it's like, do we even want our own like platform? Do we want our own token? That's a great question. I don't know. Like, so happen, but I think Good. Good movement.
Yeah, I
I'm
guess.
rambling, sorry.
No, not at all. I guess. I know I've shared this before, and probably like you have seen it already, but I thought this was also such a great resource. So I wanna show this to everyone essentially. Just need to find where I put it. Do. I think I put it in Normal Nucleus chat. Yeah, it's like this here, right? So I think if you want to build a self-sustainable project, no matter what it is about, right? But if you want it to be self-sustaining, you need to think about a token one way or the other, because it's like the crypto economic system that will, kind of keep it alive. So I think at some point you need to think about this. I don't think you need to think about this right now, but obviously just my perspective. And I'm sorry I overwhelmed your friend.
No, that's fine. No, I think he's just, and I think he digs it. I mean, he used to work at Apple, so it's nothing out of his comfort zone. It's just like, now there's like so many things to figure out.
Yeah.
And
there always is. This is the new normal. There always is.
Oh my god. But I'm glad I know who to go to for token stuff. Or Glenn. Should I bother Glenn?
No, Glenn actually doesn't know about token engineering. He's going to learn about smart contracts. But that's like kind of it builds up on each other. But token engineering, it's its own thing. Actually.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
But good job. The wheel is rolling, so good job. Hey, Studio Lindheim. I'm just seeing you're here. You're.
Hi.
Hey, welcome. You want to tell us something?
Yeah.
Like about your
Thank
project?
you. Yeah.
And stuff? Okay, cool.
Well, hi, I'm Eduard from Rotterdam, and a visual artist. And I want to share something about forming an ecosystem. That's also something what really interests me. I've been 3.5 years in the rainforest in Brazil.
Oh.
And I'm going back and start my studio there. Gonna live there. And what my what I learned over there, or what fascinates me most and learned me a lot, was the immense ecosystem over there at the Amazon rainforest. It's there's so much going on. I really lived in the jungle, so I had everything around me, from alligators to monkeys, whatever, snakes, spiders, name it. But also, yeah, on every level, you could see life, from micro to macro, and it's working. We all are considered about the that the rainforest is not get destroyed, but I think there's much more to learn from it, because it's such a complex ecosystem and it works. So why not observing it, learn from it, and see if we can translate that into the new ecosystems we are going to build, who will form the fundamentals of the new society.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we all want to change the world. Everybody's talking about it and take that in their mouth, me too. And then sometimes people say like, well, you cannot change the world. And of course not, you have to change the world altogether. But at least you need to know, to understand how the mechanism of complex society works already in nature.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to let you know, this year I will move, and it will take me some time, of course. It's quite an operation. I have some family there, and there are big cities there, like Manaus. There's 2.5 million people. It's 2 days from me, from the area where I'm gonna be. But there are cities like 300,000 around me. So it's not like there are no people, you know. But at the same area, there are also indigenous tribes, and they have a totally different way of living.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting, and I'm gonna make a guest house, and I'm going to build a metaverse version. And the idea is to invite people who are also considered in building new, the metaverse, and want to add an impact in society, to invite them and say like, okay, stay here for a while. You can work. We will have all equipment, internet connection, so you can explore how, and I can show how things work in such a complex system. And yeah, so now you know. so start saving money, and I will keep in connection with all. I'm connecting with all kinds of communities now, and I'm really fascinated by digital fashion, because it has so much to do also in the Amazon region about identity. And so I see a chance also to bring education there, creativity, art, to give the new generation a chance to be part of modern society, but at the same time also bring their wisdom of how they know how life works around them, you know, and from the roots of their cultures and everything. So yeah, it's gonna be really interesting, I think, for me also. You know, I'm gonna learn all the time, but I really want to make a connection and a chance for the worldwide community to join this experiment.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's pretty awesome. A very unexpected contribution, but very awesome. I do live on the other side of that rainforest in Peru, not quite near to it, as I'm in Lima. But before like the pandemic, I used to go there quite frequently. It is a marvelous system to observe. You're absolutely right, and we would be stupid not wanting to learn from it, because like you said, it works. It's not always marvelous, right? There's also a lot of dying going on, but it is a loop. It's a healthy loop, and I think it's a fantastic inspiration to take for a project.
And for example, the token issue. What I see like a token is a unit of energy, and it's an exchange of energy. You spend some energy in something. For example, you make a digital garment. Then the value is also with the amount of money amount of time you invested in it. The time you invested in developing yourself and everything. So tokens are all about exchange of time and energy. And this kind of things we can really learn how that works in nature, because it's really visible there.
Yeah. No,
but yeah, right. And I know it's a little bit maybe almost off topic, but I see a lot of relations with it.
No, it's not off topic. So the call you kind of stumbled into, right? It's called the Realms Council call because all of us are either building out our own projects as of right now, or we are interested to maybe do that in the future. And just, we're essentially here to share and learn, right? So yeah, actually, you couldn't be in a better place, I believe.
Yeah, that's why I'm here also. Yeah, because also I am puzzling how I will give form to the project. It will be multiple projects, of course, and multiple collaborations. I really need all kinds of communities to join and to add and to collaborate and to exchange experience and creativity and everything.
Well, I mean, you mentioned, right, it will take you a bit to set things up, but anytime you want to, please feel free to, share like the stages of development here in the general chat, right, and engage with this community, because all of us are kind of always interested in what else we can do, what else we can branch out to. So it's definitely the right community you came to. That's for sure.
Yeah, I observed already a while. I was silent in the background. So I'm also like there's so much going on, and so I'm just try to select the communities where I really want to connect with and say like spend time in, but it's very difficult because so much interesting things going on. And last time you talked with the law, the legal part, is also like very important. Yeah, so you will hear from me from time to time, but sometimes I will be not connected, of course, in the early stage. Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, no, this is great. I know you joined a while ago. I was wondering, but this is great. If you feel like today was the right time to share, it's actually really great.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, do you have
Okay,
to?
thank you for your time. Huh?
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Don't worry. It's really great you're here.
I keep you updated.
Okay, cool. I don't know. Who wants to go next? Who's next on this little?
I can go. I can go.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I had a few things to say just about kind of everything everybody's been saying. First, Studio Lindheim. I really like your mission there, and it's really beautiful. One of the members that actually just officially onboarded to the Raw DAO is kind of doing something similar. He's located in Venezuela right now, and usually we host like a yoga session on Thursdays, and they like lead us in like yoga and play their instruments, and it's like a whole vibe. But he has this ambition to do kind of something similar, because he's lived in the rainforest for a few years, the same like something similar as that. And his whole plans is to basically create bridges for these cultures that are, in the rainforests or just all over the world, and create bridges for them to be able to educate themselves on what's happening, and also like, provide a means where they can start connecting and creating means, while also, kind of sticking to their traditions as well. So not having to totally ape in, to this digital world, but be able to just learn about it and see how they can use it, which I think is important, because, that's the whole point of cryptocurrency and this whole like globalization thing that we're doing with cryptocurrency. It's to bank the unbanked. So for you to be in those areas that are in rainforests and people that don't have the traditional banking system, and educating them on how they can be self-sufficient and grow and spread their knowledge to other places is really great. I know they had a speaker there. I don't remember the correct terminology for it, but it's like when people, all get together and learn. And I don't remember the name of it, but they were talking of having those kind of sessions as well, and just really great. So super awesome to hear that you're doing the same, because it's definitely really important, especially the more people doing it, the more people are learning. So excited to see where your project grows.
Yeah, thank you. So you said the raw DAO?
Yeah, Raw DAO. I'll send you a link and everything, so that way you can join, because I know Jose would probably really like to connect with you as well. We just started like a Spanish channel, and we're trying to put together like a Spanish speaking workshop so that he can actually he likes teaching about blockchain. He's been in blockchain for like years. So he actually likes, teaching people about, again, this power of blockchain, and like you said, trying to help those that have no idea that this is happening see how they can start using this in order to help their own cultures advance as well.
Sounds really great, and really, yeah, a lot of similarities. Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Definitely. Then also going back to Stella and Catherine, one thing I was going to say just about token engineering is you definitely want to just keep doing your research as you go down that rabbit hole, because token engineering is where it starts to get really, really tricky. And I know that's why we even have these conversations every week. Like, let's talk about the research that we've learned. Because, like, if you see, for example, right now, like, China has banned cryptocurrencies, right? So it's like, even in America, like, you can't just go and create your own currency. Like, that's not really legal for people to go and create their own currencies when there's, like, currencies that we're supposed to be using allegedly. That's why our nations each have them, and those kind of things. So when you see, like, cryptocurrencies, like, you'll hear, like, CBDCs and things like that, because, like, if these big institutions were to get into like a digital form of currency, it would be more like that, because right now everybody can engineer tokens and create tokens. So that's where it starts to get a little tricky with knowing like how to create your token, because right now it's probably maybe 14,000 cryptocurrencies in the world. Like, last time I checked, it was like 13,800 and something. So like the fact that anybody can just be popping them out is probably like 14,000, and that's with no regulations. So you have to keep in mind, like, once regulations start coming along, you want to be somebody that's in that 1% that's going to actually pass regulations and be able to make it through. So some of the ways, like, even if you say, okay, I'm okay with that and I want to continue to move forward, then it's like, even like how Catherine said, thinking about if you want a marketplace or not. It's like, what is the point of your cryptocurrency? What is the point of your marketplace? Because like right now you're seeing Tiffany's. That's one of the like big brands that people mostly know, Tiffany Diamonds. They just launched their own token. And why? Because anybody that comes and shops Tiffany will come and use their coin. So that's how these brands are using coins, So just some food for thought. We're all tiptoeing around this idea, like, how do we want to create a tokenomics that works for each of our own like ideas and visions? And those are just, again, some of the things that you want to be considering. And Catherine, it's definitely not a rush. These are things that we are just learning now. Even like in that diagram that Stella showed, you don't need the token to get started now. So you can watch how things play out. Don't jump in something if you're uncertain, because I can tell you right now, the law does not use ignorance as an excuse. You will still have fines, you will still have penalties, and you might be looked at like, oh, okay, she didn't know. So you might get like some people will feel sorry for you, but it's not going to negate anything else. So those are things that I would just say to be conscious of, be aware of, use the examples that are made. When I talk about crypto, I always tell people, like, we have a lot of examples in this world right now that's happening. That's why I even bring up China, because they're supposed to be like these leaders. And I have my fingers doing a lot of air quotes as I'm talking right now, because these are not my beliefs necessarily, but the narratives that are out there that we have to again be aware of, because they paint China as this leader of this kind of movement that nations are taking in the movement, not us as individual people, but countries, and like how they are setting precedent on how this is actually going to be played out, like in actuality. So just using them as examples to see, like, well, we see some countries can make it a legal tender, while some countries can ban it. But you have to understand those are the two options. You can go to a country where they can do things like make Bitcoin a legal tender. Even some states here, they've made it a legal tender, but federally it's still illegal. And that's just here in the US. So it's like just seeing how they're playing this game and seeing kind of where that ball lands and what you can do in order to, create that ecosystem on your own and become self-sufficient. But most importantly, like Stella had mentioned, was just creating these more as ecosystems instead of as businesses. And that's something that we definitely have done with Raw. Even like when I first started, how I created the Discord, although I was selling like my own NFTs, I never wanted the focus to just be me and my NFTs, because from the beginning I understood the point of this is creating ecosystems, a place that everybody can come and share their NFTs, a place where everybody can come and educate, everybody can come and network, and creating different avenues for that. So some things that I've been working on this week, aside from just kind of piggybacking off of what you guys have said, is we've kind of hunkered down again on our focus. It's Raw Season 2. So exciting. So this week we've been voting on a new theme. So our new theme will be revealed during our Twitter Spaces today. So I hope to see you guys there. I'm not going to lie, I don't usually see many of you, except for Catherine, at the Twitter Spaces. So I appreciate you, Catherine, but I hope to start seeing more of you guys there. And we'll be doing our Twitter reveal or our theme reveal today, and actually talking about like what that theme means. So the vision with Raw, like I said, creating this ecosystem, is we have this theme, and we want NFT artists to use this theme to kind of help them, create NFTs. So the theme, each season lasts each quarter. So during quarter 2 is how long the season will last, and the theme will stay the same. So this season, with our theme, people can create NFTs. And the cool thing is we have 2 things to kind of piggyback off of that. Right now we're building in the metaverse. If you guys were a part of the Raw workshop, then you've seen how we were building in Neos before. If you haven't, I did share the replays in our Discord chat in the building club there. So you can take a peek at Neos and see like them actually walk through it. And then you can also see part 2 where we all hopped in and we're building things, and it was super awesome. It's really cool because you can add literally any 3D object in there. So you could bring in your own avatars. You can bring in your own like scenes from Blender. You can literally import JPEGs. They have links where you could show your Twitch streams, YouTube streams, just everything live in person there. So we are basically creating a Raw rec center where we're going to have open areas where people can come and do like workshops, or like even like our community calls, have a place in the metaverse to kind of meet and again host workshops and do different things. But we also want to give artists the ability to import their own galleries. Like I just said, anybody can import anything, and not only just artists with their own galleries, but also teachers with their own classrooms, because you guys know, again, we are big on education. So like right now, Stella, is an educator for Web3. Like I said, Jose is a Spanish speaking educator. I myself am like a crypto educator. We have a couple different educators that have onboarded officially, and that's what they like to do. So they can, build their own classroom per se in Blender, import it into our rec room, and then whenever they have meetings for their lessons, everybody can meet in there. So it's going to be really cool to see like teachers bringing in their classrooms, artists bringing in their galleries, and offering this like museum like experience, so that when people come to the rec center, they're able to go in, look at the different artist galleries, look at these different classrooms. We even have one guy who wants to build like a basketball court. So I think that's going to be really cool. And we have one guy who has like smoke shops all around Vegas. So we're trying to actually create like a smoking lounge so everybody could be like home smoking, but like in the metaverse. And it seems like we're all actually smoking together. And even take that a step further and make like a bar where, again, you could be like home drinking safely, but in the metaverse, like we're drinking together. And I don't drink personally, but, you know, just creating these different environments in our Raw Rec Center where you can actually go meet up in the metaverse, and you can do it on your PC. You don't need the goggles, because I already have bad eyesight. I don't plan on making it worse with those goggles, or I don't even like putting contacts in my eyes. So I really don't plan on immersing myself in the metaverse, but so much, you know. But I think, again, it's really cool to evolve, to be able to make these digital avatars, bring them into the metaverse, meet in these different spaces, and use Web3 kind of like how, you know, it's meant to be, like this extra layer of social media and marketing and all that kind of stuff. So that's what we're working on right now. So one thing that we've also done on top of that is we started this initiative called, or actually, sorry, I got so much to freaking spill about. But so back to our theme. So NFT artists can actually use this theme to create NFTs, and then they can show them off in our metaverse. But also we are doing a review so that we can start collecting information to actually review these different marketplaces that we are uploading on. And that's the biggest thing that we're working on right now, you know, telling artists to use our theme to create NFTs and then offer feedback about how that marketplace was. So now we can see, you know, I dropped kind of here, I actually have a picture here. So I will drop in the general chat, kind of like a where am I at? General chat. I can never find your general chat in here. Okay, here we go.
All the way up.
So this is like an idea on the questions that we're basically going to be asking about for the marketplaces to see if they're like user friendly, buyer friendly, and just going to kind of give a score so that as people are looking, you know, if they have fashion NFTs, you know, if they have unlockables, you know, everybody can offer feedback so we can start creating information so that new artists coming into the space, when they're like, man, all I know is OpenSea, and they want to try something else, but they may not feel too confident, we're going to offer this median that, you know, has real reviews from real users that can help you make a decision based on if you want to use Wearable or if you want to use Foundation or any of them. So it's going to be really cool actually building up that information, trying to collect data from people. We have a website that we're building as well, where people can actually go to submit the information, and then also where we'll be like putting out the data that we collect from it that will show the results from it. Kind of like a percentage. We went based off of like consumer reports. That's like a big thing now, where you can go and actually check the consumer reports and see like how these real companies, you know, are based on consumers' feedback. So that's kind of the big task that we're on right now. Aside from that, we did also create clubs within our network, which I'm really excited about because we have 3 big focuses: education, networking, and going physical to digital. So it's like, okay, we're going to be this big umbrella, and we say everything we do is education, everything we're doing is networking while we're going physical to digital. We need more of this networking piece so that people come to network. So we actually made clubs where we have like 9 different clubs. Like we have a bunch of gardeners from all over. Everybody was like dropping animals of their alpacas and goats and just like all kind of animals, and just, you know, it really, I thought just our core team had a lot of gardeners, and then when people actually started talking about it and you see how many more gardeners there are, you know, it really pushed us to get that started. Especially, you know, there's like a food supply shortage that people be talking about that's, you know, possible. So something we just focus on in general is just being prepared for anything, putting yourself in a position to be truly self-sufficient in this world. Like truly, you know, physical needs to be right in order for digital to be right. So, you know, even what you eat, your health, all that kind of stuff matters. So our gardening club, we have like a gaming club, a designers club where we'll have more like designer workshops, learning how to do digital fashion. And then most importantly, we have like a creators economy that we just started as well. And on Sundays, we'll all get together and like make content for the week. Just creating, again, all these different groups that people can actually, or we call them clubs, that people can actually go and be a part of and do what they're doing, but in this club, networking and offering that. So it was really exciting to kind of start that in all these different initiatives to boost up that networking thing, because I think that's a big factor when it comes to NFTs in the space and being able to help people start to grow and be successful. Because even a slight shift from us going independent, I have seen, a slower growth from compared to when I was in the Global Designer Network and onboarding people. And every single person that joined that Discord, I was welcoming and helping them, get onboarded. So all of them are following. All of them are like, oh, whoa, I love Mo because she is so helpful. Now that whole avenue is gone, So again, it's like understanding how that much power in networking makes a difference to help artists grow and meet other people who are interested in the niches that they have, and finding that community. That's what we're all about. So, hunkering down on those kind of things that we're focused on and how we can help these artists in the space grow and educate themselves for real. That's what we always like to call it. We like to add a little for real at the end, like, yeah, we're doing it for real. So, it's growing, but super excited for the kind of seeds that we're planting this season and to actually watch them blossom and grow.
Thank you, Mo.
I know,
This
a
is
mouthful, but
This is really a lot, but it's really cool. No, you're good. I just have to tell you guys, I have to actually leave in 10 minutes. So I will then have to stop the recording, but you guys can obviously continue, right? Like you will be able to do this also without me, I think. Well, who should we have go next? I think Where is the Data was opening his mic because I think he felt inspired by something you said, Mo. So let's have him. Adam, you're still there? Or can you now? Let me check the chat if you're writing something. No. Adam? You there? Adam? Adam?
I wanted to add something.
Ah, you wanted to add something. Okay, cool.
Sorry, I just wanted to say something. What Mo was talking about the educational area. We just totally forgot that I'm kind of collaborating with the fabricants. So they want to be running up a Discord meet with the alumni of the #1, let's say, digital design university in Mexico. So they will be the designer from the fabricant will be having this Discord with the alumni. So invite them onto the fabricant. So they later on the road we could maybe do a digital catwalk here in the city. So they're trying to looking up for talent on the university. So we're gonna be running up that next month. So that's it. I forgot. So thanks.
Oh, that's really cool. Thank you, Javo. When you have more to share about this, don't hesitate, right? Drop it in the general chat, of course. That's
Yes,
cool.
of course. Yeah, I'm just waiting on the other Mexican contact guy. They're making this month 14th the first digital catwalk in Veracruz, and it's gonna be so awesome on behalf of the fabricants. And the next one we're hoping to make it in my city, and we'll be trying to co-hosting them, so helping them in all areas so we can do it. Yeah, thank you.
This is really dope. I love hearing that. Wait, Adam, did you still want to add something to what Mo said, or are you like on quiet mode? I guess you're on. Sorry, my mic is playing up. I'm also very tired as it's nearly bedtime here, so I'm not really very inspiring right now. But I love the energy. Had a long day. Yeah, okay, got you, man. Got you. No problem. Lillian, you want to share something?
Hey, yeah. I guess kind of going off of what Mo said, and I've been keeping up with Mo's avatar, which looks amazing, and hopefully mine will be ready soon, and that I can be able to bring it into Neos. It's this Saturday, right? And I guess other things. Oh, so I kind of started my own TikTok channel, and I've been able to connect with other designers in this space and like start freelancing and collaborating more, which is really cool. Oh, and then a happy thing with my bunny is that I was able to get one of my bunnies like finally leash trained, which is a really hard process to do just because bunnies aren't really used to having a leash. But I have a little angel wing one, and Dandy wears it around, which is really cute. But yeah, that's kind of it for me.
Can you take photos, please?
Exactly. We need photos
Yes, I'll
in the
have to
general
send you
chat,
some.
please. Yeah, this is like major cuteness.
So cute.
Yes, we want bunny photos, please.
Yeah, totally. I'll send them in the chat.
Awesome. Thank you, Lillian. Also, congratulations. This is really cool progress, sorry. Midwest, what's up? You here and can open your mic or not so much? Bunny pigs for Easter.
Hi, can you hear me? Am I live? Or
Yeah, you're alive.
whatever
you're
we
live
want to
and
say.
you're alive.
How is everybody?
Well, kind of okay.
Good. Misfit so I've picked up extra like contractor work, so he's kind of still got everything going. Just kind of like slowed down just a little bit. I started working on the third open source garment that I want to put up on the website, and I'm branching out a little bit, and it's not going to be a menswear item, so that's really exciting, but also kind of challenging. I've been like reading like on like pattern making and such like that as well. And then I still haven't updated the NFT section of my website. So bad, I know I need to get on that ASAP. And then it's just kind of busy. The lease is up on our place at the end of this month, so like kind of all over the place right now, like trying to find a new apartment and stuff like that, because it was, I'm sure everybody knows, whenever your lease is up, and then we didn't really have the option to renew because I guess it's like, we moved to my favorite town from the state I'm from, but it's turned into like a big tourist area. So now all along the lake is nothing but like a bunch of condos, and now they're all turning to Airbnbs. So we got to get out by the end of April because that's when it's turning into an Airbnb. So it's just, we've been kind of all over the place lately. So I just been kind of sticking to my contracted work to get that done and then get moving and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm sorry, just not a lot of crazy advancements on my end. And I'm so sorry about that. But the time away a little bit has allowed me to like start piece together things in my head and exactly what I want to bring with Misfit and exactly what I want to do with him and such like that. So it's all good, still going all good.
That's all.
Happy
that
to hear
matters.
from you, Misfit.
Yes.
Thank
Happy to
you.
hear all as well.
I saw that little message pop up. We were like trying to go find these roads here. So like, I forgot what they were like when I was a kid, but they're like windy and all over the place. So we're like going to look at this, try to find this apartment, and then we ended up down on this part of the lake that I honestly don't remember ever being to. And this lake is like, it's got more coastline than the state of California, so it's like massive. So it's yeah, it's been a big blunder and a stressful headache, but we're managing.
First of all, I think you don't need to be sorry. You've already made such huge advancements. Like, I don't know if everyone here has seen your website, but if you don't mind, maybe put the link again in the general chat, because it's freaking amazing. It's like an inspiration just by itself.
Well, thank you. I was like whenever I wanted to redo that, I was like, okay, well, my site's been the same for a long time, and I was just like, I can't count the amount of like sketchbooks I have, like, and they're not even all just for sketching. They're usually like little journal entries and such like that. So like the end goal ever since I started these when I was like 15 or 16 was like eventually release them as like books. And so that's what I wanted the website to represent, was just like what it looks like inside my sketchbook or inside my journal or something like that. And Mo, no, I haven't seen a cow like that. I have to fix that image and refix it. I have not seen a cow like that. But if I have, there's something wrong with that cow.
Okay. No, it's wait, what? What are you guys talking about?
On the website, it was like a picture of like a Midwest tornado, a spaceship picking up a cow, and I meant to write, I have literally never seen a cow like that, but it says, I have literally seen a cow like that, and Mo was like,
oh,
have you really seen a cow like that? And then I was like, oh, damn.
Listen, I thought it was,
I believed you.
I was cracking up, me too, because especially like here, I live in Vegas, and I swear there's like whole towns in Nevada that's just straight aliens, and I mean you would never even know, because it's like we got Area 51 and like a whole town just the alien people that they warn you about when you move around here, and the Midwest is known for that same type of vibes. I'm like, I bet he's really seen a cow like that.
No, well, even like if you're just like driving down a country road and you look over and there's like a field of cows, you're just like, the cows themselves have got to be the aliens. They're the only ones you ever see get abducted by the spaceships.
Literally.
There must be a reason for it, right? Guys.
Yeah, right?
I have to leave now, but I will leave the rest to you. I just have to stop the recording now. But there's still Yauheni in the chat. And you might want to exchange also ideas with Deep Thought, who's here. I know he's on quiet mode right now, but I think he said at the end of the meeting he might be able to open his mic. So I'm gonna say bye, and I'm gonna see you guys hopefully soonish again. It was a really cool session. I wish I could stay longer. So I have you take it over from here. Maybe Mo or Catherine can lead like kind of the conversation flow. Would that be all right with you?
Yeah, we got you. We probably won't be too much longer. Have a good day.
Bye. 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 Bye.
Bye.
Peace out.